Hello crafties, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Infiniti and today I am here to bring you guys the reversible stitch. So this is a very pretty stitch. It's a little fiddly, but I think with practice it turns out really nice. I wanted to use this stitch for like headbands because I think it would work out really well. So on the one side I worked in like a cobalt blue and I think it's called silver or gray heather. They're both red heart yarns. Anyway, I worked with the gray and then the blue. So you can see the blue is less dominant on this side. But on this side, hey, the blue is more dominant and you have the silver ornamentation. So I think this is a really nice stitch. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump into the tutorial. Okay, so to get started with this stitch, you're going to want two contrasting colors. Today I'm going to be working in Light Sage and Frosty Green. They're both by Red Heart. And so what you want to do to start is make a slip knot on your hook, and you're going to want to chain in increments of 5 and then add 2 at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 12 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and this width is perfect for headbands. So now what I'm going to do is yarn over. I'm going to single crochet in that second chain from my hook. Alright, I'm going to chain 5. Okay, and then I'm going to count over. I'm going to skip 4 stitches. 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to single crochet into that 5th one. Alright, now I'm going to chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to single crochet into that last stitch. Of course you would be skipping those 4 stitches and single crocheting into your 5th one, all the way until you reach the end of your row. Alright, and now I'm ready for row 2. This is what row 1 looks like. Looks like a little infinity symbol. Makes me happy. Okay, so what you want to do for row 1's colors, you're going to pull it up. You're just going to pull up a big loop. You're not going to be clipping your yarn. Okay, and we are going to grab our second color here. And I'm going to insert my hook into this single crochet at the beginning of the previous row, and I'm going to attach my yarn. Okay, and I'm going to chain up 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to count over these chain spaces from the previous row. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to make a shell stitch in that 3rd chain. So that is 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, all in the same stitch. 1, 2. Then I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to make my last 2 double crochet in that same stitch. 1 and 2. Okay, and we're going to be repeating this for each section of these little loops that we have. So I'm going to move over to my next and last section. I'm going to count over those 3 chains. I'm going to yarn over and I'm just going to double crochet directly into that 3rd chain. 1, 2, chain 1, and then double crochet 2 more. Alright. And now that we have reached the end of this row, we are going to treble crochet. So yarn over twice, And you can treble crochet either into the top of this single crochet from the last row or directly below it. It doesn't really matter. It's all a matter of personal preference there. Right? And it mirrors the other side. So now what I want to do is fold my work up so it matches. Okay? Just like that. And what I'm going to do is chain 4. And I'm going to look at my shells. I'm going to split them apart like this. And I'm going to double crochet. Let me zoom in a little bit. Split them apart, again like this. And I'm going to make more shells right in here. So once I've chained my 4, I yarn over. I insert my hook so that I'm getting not only between this shell, but also the darker color from our other row. And we're just going to double crochet 2, chain 1, 2 double crochet in that same chain 1 space. Okay, we're going to repeat this for each consecutive section that we have. So I'm going to just double crochet over in between my next shell. Chain 1. Make 2 more double crochet. Alright, and then we are going to yarn over twice so that we can treble crochet into the end of this row. So it can be a little tricky to see, but you just want to insert it somewhere towards the end since there's not really a stitch there but chains. And you're just going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay? And this is what it should look like so far. Alright, so to start the next row, what we're going to do is what I have done, I've pulled up this loop from my color B, and I'm just going to leave it alone like we did over here. And I'm going to go ahead and put my hook back into my loop with my color A. Okay, and so what we're going to want to do is chain 4, 3 and 4. Okay, and I'm going to turn my work. Okay, and what we're going to do is we are going to we're going to come over here and we are going to work a single crochet right between here. So if I lay that down, right between here is where we're going to work a single crochet. And I just kind of work mine under both of those bars and single crochet like that. Okay, and I'm going to chain another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to insert my hook. Now I insert mine like right at the bottom of this treble crochet from the previous row. It's just easier. And I make sure I'm not working in my color B. That's where it gets a little tricky, is the color changing here. And I'm just gonna single crochet. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do, now that I have my loopy row, I'm going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turning my work here. And now I'm going to again work between my shell stitch, and I'm going to make sure that I'm catching my row of chains back here, and I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to work a shell stitch. I would love to know in the comments below, what are you going to make with this stitch? Chain 1. I'm going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, just like this. And I'm going to do it again for my next section. Chain 1. Alright, and now I'm going to yarn over twice. I'm going to make a treble crochet right over here into the bottom of this treble crochet from the previous row. To mirror the other side. Okay? And so you'd want to continue in this way until you reach the length of your project, or the height of your project. I am going to pull up my loop so I can transition back over to the other color. Alright, I'm going to chain up 4, chain up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to come over, like I said, between these shells from the previous row, and I'm going to single crochet. Right? I'm chaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to go ahead and work that last single crochet into the base of that treble crochet from the previous row. Again, this isn't necessarily where you have to put it, but I put it there just because it looks better to me. Alright, now I'm going to chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I turn my work, and I pull apart my shell stitches so that I can work right between there, and again I'm going to be catching those loops from the previous row as I make my shell stitch. Alright, and I'm going to yarn over twice, and I'm just going to treble crochet somewhere at the bottom of these chains over here. Alright, and pull up my loop. So as you can see, on one side you have a dominant color, your lighter color is your dominant color, and then on the other side your darker color is your dominant color. And so you just continue to alternate this pattern all the way until you get done with your project, and you should end up with something like either one of these. I'm going to work up a few more rows of this and then I'll come back and end the video. Okay guys, so I worked up a couple more rows of that stitch, and this is what I have so far. I think I am going to go ahead and work this up into a project. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you for reaching the end of the video. I think one of my favorite things about this stitch is that even though it's a color change thing, by the time you get done with the project you only have 4 strings to weave in, and I think that is just fantastic, especially if you're only using 1 skein per color. You only have 4 stitch strings to sew in at the end, so that's pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, if so, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, don't forget to leave me a comment, let me know what you would like to see in the future or how I did. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on awesome weekly content like this. I post crochet tutorials every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. CST. Also, don't forget to check out my other social media. I'm on pretty much everything except for Snapchat. And yeah, don't forget to check out Etsy as well. I am steadily posting things on there as well, so don't forget to check that out. And until next time guys, happy making.